Hey everyone, welcome back to Cloud Consultant channel. Today I'm going to deep dive into something that is becoming a game changer in the world of security, like Zero Trust technology, Cloudflare, on a free VPN solution. Now, like security in today's age is more critical than ever. So especially cloud came, and then security is like one of the important thing, especially in the rise of remote work, right? So after COVID, like people started working from anywhere, right? So whether you're working from home or you work from anywhere, so using a reliable VPN is essential to keep your data safe from like praying eyes, right? So, but here is catch, like traditional VPN is quite complicated to set up and a bit expensive as well. So, I'll bring up with a solution called Cloudflare Zero Trust, which offers simpler, free solution that helps you to protect your network. And today I'm going to walk you through about how this can be set up by yourself step by step. So let's jump into it. So I'll first, let me go through the architectures. Like I'm going to explain about uh, Cloudflare VPN designed to secure a network, internal network, with one of the powerful solutions. So it is based on the principle never trust, always verify. Unlike traditional VPN, like Cloudflare Zero Trust doesn't give a full access to the network based on just all your location, right? So instead of it uses a combination factor um, like identity, device health, behavior, so that ensures secure access, right? So looking at this diagram, if you uh, like so each and every endpoint, like a client endpoint, client laptop, right, will be getting installed with a Cloudflare WARP, and then you'll have the moment the Cloudflare WARP is getting registered, so the user will connect connect to the Cloudflare DC. That's a data center of Cloudflare, near data center. And so after this, we also gonna establish the connector, that is a Cloudflare connector, in one of the virtual machine. And from that virtual machine, we can access to any of the private network servers or over the internet, or like over the VPN itself. So we can do the SSH, or we can try to access the private website over the with the private IPs. So what benefit we are gonna get here? Um, uh, who is doing what, right? Like suppose any users trying to connect, and the Cloudflare DC is where, the traffic get land from your endpoint um to Cloudflare, and they have a layer called, they will protect all your layer, and they have authentication layer, they have a device security postures, and they have the multi-factor authentication, firewall protection is there, DDoS protection is there in browser, right? So the communication of the client to the Cloudflare DC is like, you have to go through all this layer. So it's in some video, like I have also explained about how what zero trust model is. Right? Zero trust model is like identifying your identity, right? So it's kind of more on the security policies. So all policy will be written over here with all your firewalls and everything. So the moment the traffic landed over here, you see like client is coming from the genuine network and genuine authentication, then it will forward the traffic to the Cloudflare connectors. The Cloudflare connector is something like a tunnel is getting established between Cloudflare DC to our network, and then traffic from the our network Cloudflare connector is getting forwarded to our respective account. So this I have prepared as a multi-account structure. So generally we have a production, development, and UAT. Each and every environment has its own VPCs and subnet. So more of yeah. So I think yeah, this is like even better. This solution is free for small team and individuals. So no need to break the bank of bank for the security, and And the best part is like it's incredibly easy to set up, and which we will be getting just started in a minute. So yeah, let's start the demo. All right, let's jump into the setup. First, head over the Cloudflare dashboard. Just go to the dash.cloudflare.com and log in with your profile. And then, if you don't have a login, just sign up as a free account. Yeah, and I have also recorded one video on like how to set up a Cloudflare account and add the domain, right? So I have added a domain, Cloud Consultant Service. I can, yeah. So we in the left side step is like go and log into the Cloudflare Zero Trust. So it has a new URL called one.dash.cloudflare.com. So the moment you come here, right, you'll see all of the options. So I'll be covering about these features and the Zero Trust features in another videos. But yeah, today we are focusing on getting the VPN setup done. So more focus is to get the tunnel setup done. So I'll be creating the VPN tunnel. So I think this is more of like creating the agents. So how to set up the Cloudflare D. So this is in beta versions. I think they're also coming up the WARP connector. But yeah, but for now we'll just use the tunnels. So cloud uh, connector. So as I mentioned in the diagram that it would connect the Cloudflare DC data center to my network, right? So for in order to log into my network, I need to just save this as a name, and then I will they allow me to select the operating system where you want this connected to install, right? So I will log into my AWS account, create one simple account, servers like VPN connector, and then give a name. Amazon MI, you can launch very small machine, T2 micro is enough, like, but I'll just launch T3 small. Even T2 micro will work. So proceed without key. I'll just use my network project VPC. I'll just select the private subnet. I don't want any public IP. Uh, Security group. I don't want any kind of inbound rule. Yes, I think that's also I don't need anything. 8 GB. I can just make it 30. That should be fine. And then instance profile. I'll just select the instance profile as my system manager to get the session access. Here you go. I think we are good. So let's launch this. Parallelly, also I will be launching one more machine for the accessing as a over the VPN. So suppose I will be launching my machine called web server and T2. Yeah, this also just use T2 small. Paper. VPC. This also I will be launching and I'll disable this one. I'll use private subnet, web server. Here I will allow the port HTTP anywhere, or maybe I can use my VPN IP once it is set up done. Let's stick with that. HTTP is fine. I'll just select access profile, done, and then launch it. So yeah, let's connect to our VPN tunnel, our VPN connectors instance first. So yeah, we connected to that. Let me Okay, so this is going to be a Red Hat system. So Linux 64 architectures, machine we have chosen. We can also launch this connectors over the Docker as well. So if you're holding a Docker in the network, you can also use Docker container to run this daemon service. Do this. I'll just run that script, which says that it's downloading the packages from this URL. Then it will run the Cloudflare install, then sudo Cloudflare install and everything. So it will pass the token as well, and then yeah, let's hit it and see. So it's downloading the package first, uh, and then it's also installing with the token. Yeah, I think we are good. So it's installed successfully. Now let's complete this configurations. Next, I think I'll have to set up the private, so I need to give my VPC IP here. I'll give this range for now. This is my VPC. Definitely, like so, we need to add all the VPC IP where you want to connect, right? This connector. So make sure that VPC added over here. So as of now, I'm going to use my web server reside into this VPC. So I have added that. Uh, but yeah, make sure that wherever your services are running, like web server or SSH, the VPC ID is added. It has to be added over here. Now I think yeah, save this and it should be saying that healthy. Yeah, okay. So it's saying healthy. So we are good. Now let's move to the second instance. But before that, I think we'll have to also set up the client. Step two would be to connect the client and install the client over there. So we need to go to for installing the client. As I mentioned, we need to go to setting, then WARP client. Here we can create different profiles. So for making that access. So let's create enrollment, device enrollment first. So it has a different features like how do you want this authentication to be done, right? Whether you want this authentication to be done via SAML. So for that we need to have a SAML authentication. If we don't have a SAML, then we need to manage the user as a locally. Okay. So yeah, we need to download the client, WARP client of Cloudflare. So for downloading the client, we need to go to port I1, the browser, and download the basin. So currently I'm using Windows. I can click on that and download the package and install this package. So once that you have installed, you will see in a system tray that Cloudflare WARP is connected. Now, you need to go next and accept the term, and here you'll see that one warp coming with in a color of reddish. So yeah, I need to do a registration. So registering this warp client with my Zero Trust. Here we'll have to go there and log in. So before jumping to this, let's set up our this Cloudflare Zero Trust. We need to do a device enrollment first. So come here and need to add a login method. So currently it support a SAML authentication, or if you don't have SAML, you can use a one-time password. So I'll go with the one-time password, which can be shared across with my email. So yeah, this is one thing, and then second, I wanted to create a policies. So creating new policy, go to policy sections. For now, I'll just mention the way everyone allow, uh, but this policy can be restricted to anything, right? So suppose I want to allow only to one of my email ID, I can do that. and, or if I want to allow to everyone, right, I can do that. So the restriction of the policy, or you want to allow only this someone to authenticate this client. The client can authenticate only from certain country, IP ranges, right? There are so many policies, right? So I'll go ahead with maybe for now the everyone's, but yeah, let me go and save this as a policy, everyone. Uh, and then coming back to enrollment, I'll just go and click the select the policy which I created right now, and login methods and policy, right? So save this. So you have a login method ready. I need to go back. So before jumping to that, let's copy our um, I think the name of our account. So currently the name of our account will be, yeah, we can copy from here. So uh, this is our account name, and it can change the account name based on your other naming convention that you have. So this is very important. This should be a unique, and then only it will allow you to copy and register it. So this name is going to be used while registering in your app. So coming back to here, account, log into Zero Trust, next, accept, give the name of your account. Okay, click on this, it will open a URL and it will say that open. I will just hit on that. Okay, yes. Now, if you see that Cloudflare registration has been done, so it the color has been changed from the normal WARP line to Zero Trust, and it's showing as a disconnected. I can click on it and it will connect. Um Maybe it will for you also. It might ask some prompt as an email authentication. So that would be the one-time password. You can just submit the email ID and get the OTP registered. Since I have already done that, so maybe that's the reason it didn't pop up for me. Now I think we are connected, so we are good to start connecting and launching the server. So let's so remember, like we have launched one web servers, right? We wanted to access the web server from our machine. So let's spin up this. Let me see. Yeah, I have the web server. I'll connect here, session managers. So the whole objective is to connect this web server through my VPN client privately or private IP. I'll install Nginx on this. Okay, do this. Yeah, I see it's active and running. Now I will see that I have the private IP registered here. So in order to access this over the URL, I need to also open that port 80 with my Cloudflare IP, a Cloudflare connector IP. So my Cloudflare connector IP is this, that is this one. And I'll just try to whitelist that IP into my web server security group. So only Cloudflare connector can reach to my this IP. Yeah. Okay, so I've given SSH port and also I have given the HTTP port for my web server. Uh, let's let's also try to connect from. Okay, so we need to whitelist this IP in our Cloudflare WARP settings. So I'll go to the Cloudflare WARP client. Uh, Currently, I have only created one default profile, so I'll use that one. But you can create as much as profile you can. Profile is nothing but it's a set of different role or different permission that you want to give to that profile. So if you have a different team who want to access to that separate URL, separate IPs, right? So all that can be granted. Yeah. So I'll just add my IPs here. Server IP. I'm just giving naming that uh, this IP I'm going to access through my client. I think we are done here. So let me open the command prompt. See whether we are able to reach to the report. Private, it's not connecting. Maybe I'll have to restart the Cloudflare WAP client. So let's reload this. Disconnect, reconnect it. Let me cancel this. Start again. Okay, it's still not connecting. So let's see. You can go to preference and see whether registration of account and IP has been. I see the IP has been added. Okay. So maybe it is. Let me also do a troubleshooting here. Maybe it's not connecting because um, some connection issue. I think I'm just debugging. Um, it's currently from here, which means it's fine. It's a local. Um, let's see. Security is done. So do I need to add anything here? I have added IP addresses. It's fine. And then coming back, I don't need to have. Okay, maybe I already did the networking stuff here. Tunnel edit. That is already on there. Additional setting, I don't think it's required. I'll just try to troubleshoot this. I think this is because uh, edit URL. Maybe I'll just try connecting from it and see whether it's allowing it. No, that's also not allowing it. So I think that should not be a problem. Okay, let me troubleshoot that and get back 1 second. Let me see. Okay, I think I I was able to troubleshoot. So it's not an issue with any networking connectivity. So within the profile itself, we have to make one more changes. So currently, like we added the rules, in the split tunnel, we added the IP address, right? So that's not a correct. So I think we need to include this tunnel IP. So basically, instead of excluding the IP and domain name, we need to add as a include. So which means that any IP address which you want to access through your via a WARP client, Zero Trust, that has to be added over here. So that should be coming in the include. I'll just make it as an access server, HTTPS, and let's see it. It's taking some time to add the record. Let me remove. No, I'll just add it again. Okay, it's added successfully. Now, yeah, it's loading now. See, I am able to connect the telnet. So, which means it's working. I'll also go to the instance IP, HTTP. Yeah, I'm able to reach the private IP over the VPN client. I'll also try to restrict the security group which we opened for public. Let me restrict that with edit. Yeah. Uh, Now we can test again. That's working. I'm able to load the page. So traffic is coming from my VPN client. Now if I show you that, I'll disconnect this one and then see whether it's working. There's a cache issue, I believe. Yeah. The browsing private. Yeah, there was a cache. So I'll do the payment again. So it's not resolving. Uh, yeah. So I think we were able to achieve the setup. Uh, and the good part is, this gives us the flexibility to connect 50 users. If you see like 50 users, currently I'm consuming one license for the clients, but all small organization, right, with limits like 50 users are available as a free seat. It's not only like being used for the network VPN, but it has also have other feature like access, gateway, CASB, DLP. I'm definitely going to cover each and everything in further videos about this. Um, uh, but today we mainly covered on the VPN, a free VPN connecting to your AWS or any cloud, or how to access it, right? So this is something, and also like we can log the request as well, whatever request comes from the. So I'm getting all the requests, right, which is connecting from the user profile. Even logs are getting come. So I definitely like this service as a free, which is very useful to restrict your remote workforce. So yep. So I'll be covering the next feature access and gateway service in next video. Thanks for joining me. See you in next video. Thank you.